Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with a new game. This is called Spy Party, and it is currently in open beta. This is one of the most original games I have ever played. At least I have never played any other game that's remotely like it. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to play, and then in later videos, I'm going to actually play some games with my friend Sam when he logs on. Now, this is a strictly competitive, strictly two-player online game. You cannot play at the same computer. You cannot play cooperatively. There is no single-player mode. It is always 1 versus 1. One player is the spy, and one player is the sniper. The spy's objective is to complete several missions before the time runs out. The sniper's objective is to figure out which of the characters at the party is the other player, is the spy, and shoot him or her before the time runs out. Oh, no, sorry, not before the time runs out, before the missions are completed. If the time runs out and the missions have not been completed, the sniper wins by default. We're going to go into practice mode here. This isn't really a game. It's just an opportunity for you to learn what the different mechanics are. There's lots of different maps. Every map is a different layout, different characters, different missions. We're just going to stick with the beginner versus beginner ballroom, however. So, when you are the spy, you get to set up all the parameters of the game. The sniper doesn't see any of this stuff, so the sniper player just waits and sees nothing, while the spy sets up the parameters. Let's go ahead and start that then. When you are the spy, you get to choose who is the ambassador, who is the double agent, and who is the spy, that is you. To the sniper, of course, everybody will seem identical, except for the following exceptions. The sniper will see who the ambassador is, and the sniper will also see the double agent, as well as another suspected double agent. So the sniper's not going to know for sure that this person is the double agent. To the sniper's eyes, it will either be her or someone else. Interestingly, as the spy, you do not know who the other suspected double agent is. Now, when you make these selections, if you want to be random about it, you can just accept whatever the current cast is, because it's not like these are the ones that are chosen every time. It's always just chosen at random when you enter the screen. In fact, if you go previous and then click continue again, you get a different selection. So now this lady is the spy, she's the ambassador, and this fat ass is this fat ass is in fact the double agent. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and accept this cast. Now the game begins. So the sniper sees this party of characters walking around, and obviously the sniper doesn't know who among them is the spy. I beg your pardon, I'm going to lower the volume on my computer a little bit. Here we go. So the sniper's trying to figure it out. One interesting thing is that when the game starts, you are actually not in control. Your character's being controlled by the AI, so one thing you can do to fake out the sniper a little bit is just let the AI control you, because in that case, every single tile that the sniper picks up is of course going to be false. The disadvantage to this, of course, is that you have a strict time limit, so you don't want to do this for too long, or else you'll just run out of time and lose. Let's go ahead and take control of our spy. Sometimes we start the game with a drink, and the drink is kind of interesting. It makes you look very innocent, because there are some missions that you cannot complete while holding the drink. You really need to finish your drink before you can start doing some of the missions. So that's a little trick that you have to watch out for. Alright, so are we done with the drink? No, you have to take the last sip of the drink. Alright, so finally we're done with the drink and we can start doing the missions. There are 4 missions that we have to do. Let's start with the most straightforward one, which is swap statues. There are 6 statues in the room. There's these 3, and then there's a few over there. This mission calls for you to go to one of these blue squares and then pick up the statue. Once you're holding the statue, you can either put it back down in an attempt to trick the sniper into thinking that you're innocent, or you can right-click to do the swap statue action. Now, this will cause a little skill check, which is pretty common in this game. A little bar will sweep across the bottom, you'll see it in a moment, and your objective is to right-click again to stop the bar when it is inside the very small green box. You'll see it right now. Okay, so I actually got a green success there. But it's very difficult to get it to stop inside that green bar. Basically, we'll go over these after the mission is complete. But in a nutshell, for every skill check that you do, a red failure will make it very obvious to the sniper that you have done it. A white success, which is typically the easiest thing to hit because green is very hard, will make it less obvious to the sniper that you've done it. And a green success will be almost imperceptible to the sniper. Now, one thing that you can do as a spy, which is kind of interesting, is you can actually check your watch to add time to the mission. Right now, we're down to our last minute. If I check my watch, I actually add another 45 seconds to the clock. And this is kind of interesting. So if you just use the regular check watch action, you can maybe trick the sniper into thinking that you're not really the spy. That's the left click. The right click, if you do a white success, the sniper will just see 45 seconds get added to the clock. If you do a red failure, then the sniper will not only see the 45 seconds get added to the clock, but the sniper will hear a beep. And if you can pull off a green success, then the sniper's clock won't actually change at all. It will just start to decrease ever so much more slowly than your clock until the two are caught up. So again, that's kind of been following with the theme of green successes are extremely imperceptible, white successes are somewhat perceptible, and red successes are very, very flagrantly perceptible. Okay, our next mission is to contact our double agent. You can only do this when the double agent is in a conversation. These circles indicate places where conversation can happen. Now, when you're in a conversation with the double agent, you can signal them. When you're in a conversation and you're not in a conversation with the double agent, you can fake signal them, which will cause you to say the phrase banana bread, which is the same for everybody. And the sniper will hear this. Now, if you're doing a fake signal the double agent thing, then that might cause the sniper to think that, say, one of those people in that conversation group over there is the spy. But of course, the sniper knows that you could be faking, so the sniper has to make some judgment calls as to whether that was a real signaling or a fake one. Now, on this mission, a red failure will cause you to cough while you're doing it. A green success will actually make it look like you're not even talking, and a white success will give the signal code of banana bread while you are talking. Let's go ahead and add some more time to the mission, just so I can spend some more time in practice mode. Whoops, I did not want to be doing that. I wanted to... Oh my god, I accidentally bugged the ambassador. But anyway, bug the ambassador. That's a mission that you have to be next to the ambassador. So she actually just walked by me and I didn't realize it. And right-click to plant a bug on her, which is actually a lot harder than it sounds because you need to stay next to the ambassador for some amount of time for the bug to actually get successfully planted. But anyway, that time it just happened without me even trying, which is great. Let's go ahead and signal the double agent for real. One thing I haven't mentioned, by the way, is you might have noticed this this laser moving around. This is where the sniper player's rifle is pointing. So as the spy, you have some idea of where the sniper is looking. It's obviously a little bit unrealistic. I think if people were at a party and this extremely conspicuous laser were shining into the room, they'd be a little freaked out. But, you know, that's necessary mechanically for this game to work. Let's go ahead and signal our double agent. So you butt in here, do the signal.
And the end of red.
And there we go. The double agent has been contacted. Okay. Now the last mission is kind of interesting. To do this mission, you need to pick up a book from one of the bookcases. Move away. Thank you. Nope. Thank you. And of course here, as with the statues, you can try to trick the sniper by just putting the book back and doing nothing. Or you can do a couple different things. So one option is you can actually take this book and put it in the other bookcase, because that's your goal, is to transfer the microfilm from one bookcase to the other. If you do this... Hello? I want to actually put the book back. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can read the book. Okay. If you put the book back, the sniper will know, if they see you, that you are definitely the spy, because the NPCs will never ever put a book back into the wrong bookcase. Your other option, which is less noticeable, is when you're standing in front of the bookshelf, you take the microfilm out of the book with a skill check to determine how obvious it is to the sniper that you're doing this. Then put the book back. And now I need to go get some more time because otherwise I'm going to run out. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm so good at those green successes. Anyway, now that you're holding the microfilm, you can go to the other bookcase, grab a book, perform another skill check to hide the microfilm in it, and with the microfilm hidden in that book, you put the book back. Once you've completed the 4th mission, there's a countdown that starts. During this countdown, the sniper has one final chance to shoot you dead. Here's the interesting thing about this countdown, though. The sniper does not see it. Only you see the countdown. The sniper, for him, it's just like any other 10 seconds of life. So that's one of the interesting things about this game is the sniper doesn't really have much incentive to shoot a random person in this game because they don't know when the countdown has started. After the game, you can actually see a recording of the game that you just played from your opponent's point of view, which obviously is not very interesting when it's just a spy AI doing random back and forth motions, but it's really cool when you play against a human player, and you can have kind of like a post-mortem discussion. You know, if you were the spy, you can see what the sniper was looking at and, you know, see like where they were fooled or where they weren't fooled. If you're the spy, you obviously, or sorry, if you're the sniper and you didn't know who the spy was until the end, you can see what the spy was doing and whether or not you might have been able to notice what the spy was doing, or whether you just like to see whether like the spy was actually in your field of vision when they did some incriminating things and you didn't notice it, or if you're just looking in the wrong place entirely. Anyway, let's go ahead and real quick take a look at the sniper's point of view. There's not much to do here as far as learning the game is concerned, but just so you can see some of the mechanics, because there are a few. As a sniper, you can press the A and D keys to move side to side. You can press W to zoom in. There's 2 levels of zoom, and then S to zoom back out. You move with unrealistic speed, and although you don't see a red laser, the spy does. There is a red laser shining into the room wherever I am pointing. You can highlight a character and left-click on them to highlight them. Highlighting them makes them, you know, it's kind of like your way of marking that they're your suspect, someone that you think might be the spy. You can also right-click on characters to low-light them. That makes them darker, and that's like your way of saying, I don't think this person is the spy. A quick recap from the beginning of the video. I mentioned that for the sniper, there will be 2 suspected double agents. So the spy does not know who the suspected double agent is that is false, but of course as the sniper you don't know who the real double agent is. And hopefully one thing you can see from this view is that it's a little bit harder than you'd think to like see what's going on. Like if someone was looking at a statue, picking up and swapping it behind this fat guy with his hat, you know, you wouldn't necessarily be able to see that, so you kind of have to move around and try to zoom in sometimes to get a better angle and see things. If you've highlighted someone and you change your mind, like this general dude, you can right-click once to send them back to neutral lighting, and then you can also right-click again to send them back to low lighting. So once you're actually ready to shoot somebody, you have to press the Shift key. At this point, you zoom in with your scope, and you can pick someone to shoot. Now, as you can see, dexterity is not really an element for the sniper, because as long as the person is highlighted with a really obvious outline, you will hit them when you click, and you will kill them even if you like shoot them in the leg or something. You can shoot someone like the ambassador, which is unrecommended because of course they're definitely not the spy, but just to show you what happens. Pew! They are dead. And you killed a civilian, which means that you lose. Obviously, since we were in practice mode, we had no way of knowing who the spy was, but you get the idea. And then again, just as before, you can see the gameplay from the perspective of the spy. Okay, so that's a quick look at the sniper mode and the spy mode. There's one other thing I'm going to show you here, which is the preview of the spy missions. So this screen here is very useful because it documents what the different missions are. So for example, contact double agent. This tells you what happens if you get a white action test, like on the skill check, if you get a red action test on a skill check, and what happens if you get a green action test on a skill check. So I discussed these when we were in the video, but if you want to actually see the tells, like for example, transferring the microfilm, this shows you what happens if you get a white test. This shows you what happens on a red test if you really fail that skill check. And this shows you what happens if you get a green action test. This is probably more useful if you're trying to become a better sniper than for the spy, so that you know what the different tells are. But anyway, that's it. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe. And like I said, I'll be back sometime soon with some games with my friend Sam, who showed me this game. All right, I'll see you then. Take care, everybody.